Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video guys, I'm going to be predicting the college football for week 6 as well as the NFL for week 5 if I'm correct. I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be predicting what's going to happen this week in terms of college football and also the NFL. So guys, let's go ahead and head into it. So the first game I'm going to really love to watch tonight is going to be UCF versus Cincinnati. Both of these teams are both these teams have one loss. This is in Cincinnati, and the line has UCF favored at -3.5 and then also the over under is 62.5. And the players to watch, there are 3 players for UCF obviously. Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback, has 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, Then also this guy, Greg McCray, their running back, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns. Then Gabriel Davis, their receiver, has 499 yards and 8 touchdowns. So in my opinion, I'm going to go with UCF, obviously. However, I think this is going to be a very close game. I think that Cincinnati is going to be able to keep it close, but I unfortunately think that UCF just is going to outbeat them, and they're going to win. Well, not outbeat them, you know what I mean, though. They're going to go ahead. They're going to take the dub against Cincinnati. The next game is going to be a very good one. It's going to be Iowa versus Michigan. Also, there's Auburn, Florida, and I believe also there's Oregon versus Cal this week. So there's a lot of great games on the slate. But Iowa, Michigan here. Iowa's undefeated at 4-0, and then also Michigan is 3-1. Obviously, they lost to Wisconsin in Wisconsin in one of the worst games for Michigan. So the line has Michigan at 3.5, and then also the over/under is 47.5. The best passer in this, the players to watch are Nate Stanley, Mekhi Sargent, and then also Ronnie Bell, the receiver for Michigan. So this game is going to be very good. But in my opinion, I'm taking Iowa. The reason why, they're 4-0. Nate Stanley is very, very good as a quarterback. Definitely an early round prospect at quarterback. And I just don't think that Michigan has been that great this year. I mean, when they had their first true challenge in Wisconsin, Wisconsin blew them out of the water. And it's unfortunate because Jim Harbaugh, whatever the hell the name is, was really good at San Francisco, but he went back to Michigan, and Michigan just has not been good. So in my opinion, I'm taking Iowa in this game. I really like them, and I think they're going to beat Michigan. It's going to be a close game, definitely one of the best games to watch, but I think that Iowa's going to beat them. Next is going to be one of the best games. It's going to be Auburn versus Florida. Both teams are 5-0 and 2-0 in their respective conferences. Passing, we got to look at the players to watch are Bo Nix, we got Jatravius Whitlow, and then also Seth Williams, the receiver. For Auburn, this is going to be a barn burner. This game is going to be incredible. I cannot wait to watch this game. This is going to be very, very nice. In my opinion, I am going to take Auburn. I think that Auburn's going to beat Florida. I don't really like Florida that well. And also, I think Franks went down earlier in the year, and I just think that's going to hurt them. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking Auburn in this game. Definitely, though, going to be one of the best games to watch on college football this week. Maybe the best game to watch. There are some very good games on the slate. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Auburn. The next one is going to be Texas taking on West Virginia. Obviously, you can see they're both 3-1, and they're both 1-0 in the Big 12. Players to watch, you got Sam Ehlinger, Keontae Ingram, and also Devin Duvernay. I think that's his name. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Texas in this game. Reason why is I really love Sam Ehlinger. I think that they have a great passing game. And also the running game doesn't look too bad, as Ingram currently has 295 yards, I believe it is. Yes, and 3 touchdowns. So not too bad. And I think that they're going to beat West Virginia, but this might actually be a very interesting game to watch. Next is going to be Michigan State versus Ohio State. This game looks very good on paper. Michigan State, and you got Ohio State, who they've just been playing incredible. However, they really haven't had a challenge so far this year, but their defense has been incredible. And then Michigan State, obviously, you got Brian Lewerke, who's having a great season. And then also this receiver right here, Darrell Stewart Jr. with 556 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then also for Ohio State, you have the rushing attack with the boy J.K. Dobbins. But okay, so this is a very interesting game here. Both of these teams are very good. I think Ohio State's going to come out on top, though. I think that their defense is just going to dominate over Brian Lewerke. You know, Lewerke hasn't really had a challenge like Ohio State at Michigan State so far this year, and I think that Ohio State's going to win it, and it definitely does help that they are playing in Columbus, so Ohio State is going to get the win over Michigan State. The next game is going to be California taking on Oregon. This is going to be the last one. In my opinion, Cal should still be in the top 25. They were ranked number 15. They lost to Arizona State last week, and they dropped at least 10 spots, which is, in my opinion, absolute bogus, because they really should not have dropped that far. And Oregon, obviously they lost. The only loss came to, I believe, yes, it was Auburn earlier in the year. That was a great game to watch, by the way. The ending was incredible. Take a look, though, at the players to watch. You do have Justin Herbert, who's having a good season. You got the running back Christopher Brown for Cal, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then you also got Jacob Breeland for Oregon, 265 yards and 5 touchdowns, excuse me, not 15. So I'm going to go ahead in this game. I'm going on upset alert. I'm taking Cal in this game. I think that I just don't like Oregon. I don't like Oregon a lot, and I think that Cal is going to beat them. They're going to get back into the top 25, and then Oregon is going to fall a lot of spots, and Cal is going to get their momentum back. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch gears. We're going to go into the NFL here, and I'm going to go over my predictions for this week in the NFL. And last week, there were some good games to watch, but I think this week, there are some other good games to watch. So, obviously, we had the Rams and the Seahawks last night, and the Seahawks did win, and Greg Zuerlein missed a kick that would have won the game. So, that's very interesting. We got Cardinals-Bengals. This game doesn't matter. I'm taking Cardinals, though. I think that Kyler Murray is going to be a big threat. I think Kyler Murray is going to do pretty well. I'm taking the Cardinals. Also, Fitzgerald's having a good season along with David Johnson. So I'm going to take the Cardinals. The next one is the Bills and the Titans. So the Bills last week, they should have beat the Patriots. I'm going to say that 100%. They should have beat the Patriots because Brady played awful. And the game kind of slowed down in pace once we were getting to the back end of it. And also the Titans had a great win in week 1 against the Browns, but they've kind of fallen off the face, ever since then. So in my opinion, or I gotta stop saying that, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Bills in this game. This will be a very interesting game to watch, but I am going to take a Buffalo in this one. Next is going to be the Bears versus the Raiders. This one is in London. Khalil Mack facing his former team, the Oakland Raiders. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Bears in this one. The reason why is they played incredible versus the Vikings, and I think that they're going to win this game. They played incredible. Their defense is the main focus point of this team, and the Bears are going to win it. However, though, the Raiders could keep it close because this guy, Darren Waller, the tight end for Oakland, has been playing freaking exceptional. Josh Jacobs is having a decent year, and then Derek Carr is not having a bad year. So I'm going to take the Bears, but watch for the Raiders to keep it close. Next is the Buccaneers versus the Saints, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Saints in this one, and I think that, you know what, the Saints are a pretty good team. However, and they've been really shocking people because Bridgewater has carried the Saints to, I believe, 2 wins, if I'm correct, against Seattle and then against the Cowboys. I don't know about that game. I think, I think Prescott threw an interception, and that basically is going to be the main talking point. But the Saints have been a very shocking team without Drew Brees. They're currently 2-0. I think it stays that way. I think they stay undefeated. They're going to go to 3-0. And that's just going to be it. Also, it does help that they are playing in the Superdome. However, watch for the Buccaneers to keep it close. I was very shocked last week when they were able to play very, very well against the Rams in, I believe, in LA. So that's incredible. I'm going ahead, though. I'm going to take the Saints. Next matchup, it's basically just a rubber match. It's going to be Vikings versus Giants. I'm going to take the Vikings. Enough said. I mean, they did not play well against the, They did not play well against the Bears, but the Giants don't have Saquon Barkley. That's going to hurt them, and I think the rushing attack is going to be amazing for the Vikings in terms of Dalvin Cook. He is just insane. So I'm going to take Minnesota. They are going to beat the Giants. Jets-Eagles, I'm going to take the Eagles. I mean, I think that if Darnold was, healthy, I think if he was cleared, that game would be somewhat close, but I don't think it's going to be close at all. The Eagles are going to take the win despite how many injuries they have. The Jets just have nobody. Injuries, and more injuries are basically their story. We got the Ravens versus the Steelers. The Ravens last week against the Browns, did not play all that well. They really fell apart in the second half. And then also you got the Steelers, who are without Big Ben Roethlisberger. I think the Ravens come away with this one. And yeah, I think, you know, despite the fact that it is in Pittsburgh, PA, I still think that the Ravens come away with this one. They're going to beat the Steelers. Patriots, Redskins, do I really have to say? It's going to be the freaking Patriots. You freaking know it. It's going to be New England. Jaguars, Panthers, this is a very interesting game as well because you got Gardner Minshew playing amazing, but also Kyle Allen on the other side of the coin. Kyle Allen is doing very well. That's another guy as well. Then you got Christian McCaffrey, who's in the running for the MVP. He's insane. And also DJ Chark is not having that bad of a year for Jacksonville. I'm going to go ahead. This is going to be a very close game. I'm going to take the Panthers, though, at home. They're going to beat the Jaguars, but this game is going to be very close, and that is that. Next is going to be the Falcons versus the Texans. I'm taking the Texans in this one. Matt Ryan has been playing, you know, pretty well for the Falcons, but I still think that the loss of Keanu Neal is going to be huge for the Texans. They're going to take advantage. They're going to beat them. We got the Broncos and the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. The Broncos just lost Bradley Chubb to an ACL injury, you know, gone for the year. And I think that they're going to fall off, so the Chargers are going to get the win. Packers, Cowboys. This is a very fun game to watch. The Packers offense has been electrifying, to say the least. They've played really well this year. But also, you look, the Cowboys have played really well. The Cowboys have played decent this year. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Packers. They're going to beat the Cowboys in Arlington, and the Packers are going to get the win. And I think that the offense is going to really show up. And also their defense has been exceptional. I think that's going to play a role. Packers are beating the Cowboys. Then on Sunday night, we do have the Colts and the Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. They stay undefeated in Arrowhead. You got Pat Mahomes. He's been playing incredible, as well as Travis Kelce. And to be fully honest, it's crazy, man. When Tyreek Hill went down, we suddenly had the emergence of Demarcus Robinson, McCall Hardman, and also Sammy Watkins as that receiving core. I just don't get it, man. They lose Tyreek Hill, who's one of the best receivers in the NFL, and then all of a sudden, we get Demarcus Robinson and McCall Hardman. They suddenly come out from the shadows, they step up, and they play pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the Chiefs. Then we got the Browns and the 49ers on Monday night inside of Levi's Stadium, where WrestleMania 31 was held, or yeah, I think it was WrestleMania 31 that was held there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking the 49ers. They're going to stay undefeated. They're a very young team, but I'm just not impressed by the Browns, to be fully honest, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking the 49ers. They are going to win against the Browns on Monday night. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash a like. Trash smash 5 likes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Peace out.